This is Larry Henares making your day with part 6 of an article written by Farid Zakaria on U.S. gun control. We continue to quote. The reason why it's so frustrating is that this science is so inexact. You need to have the ability to recommend to the individual that they separate themselves from that personal weapon. And that's what's frustrating about it. Frustrating also to a dozen senior retired generals and admirals who joined Mr. Chiarelli in lobbying Congress to amend the law. They argued it is directly prohibiting conversations that are needed to save lives. But the fact of the matter is, as far as Congress was willing to go, was that we can make the recommendation. We cannot confiscate, we cannot force. It may not be the law Chiarelli wanted, but the National Defense Authorization Act now allows military leaders to ask troops about private firearms that if they believe members are at risk in harming themselves or others. I think it was a huge win for us to get that out of legislation, so commanders can now ask that question. Just look at Israel. In 2006, the Israeli Defense Forces tackled the rising suicides among their troops. They forbid soldiers from bringing their weapons home on weekends. On weekends, the suicide rate dropped by 40%. The weekday rate remained flat. What do you say to those who say, well, there's a Second Amendment, and that's what you can't go much further with your efforts? You know, I don't buy that. I don't believe that the Second Amendment was put in place to take a person who is at high risk for hurting themselves and put in their hands a weapon that in an impulsive moment, at a time when they are not thinking straight, they can bang end their life. In 2012, a record 321 active duty soldiers bang killed themselves. That's more than died on the battlefield. And it's not just a problem for the armed forces. More than 42,000 Americans killed themselves in 2014 using guns and other methods. That's more than the double that died in homicides, according to CDC. More about this after these messages. This is Larry Henares making your day with part 6 of an article written by Farid Zakaria on U.S. gun control. Individuals that provide behavioral health counseling to people who are at risk, that they make that recommendation to their patients, that they separate themselves from their guns. A study by Harvard School of Public Health shows the suicide rates were higher in states with lots of guns. States like Wyoming, where about 60% of households report owning guns. Another study shows that reducing gun ownership in all states would result in fewer deaths by suicide each year. Suicide is a complex problem, but one thing seems clear. Are we putting the resources we need against the research necessary to understand this and to study it? When 38,000 of our citizens take their own lives every single year, this is a national problem that we need to attack. And we can. The good news is that active duty military suicides were down about 17% in 2015 compared to 2012. But that still meant 266 active duty soldiers, sailors, airmen, and Marines had killed themselves. That's 266 too many. The reasons are complicated. Increased awareness and vigilance likely to play a role, but also fewer soldiers in combat, as the United States had drawn down in Afghanistan. Many active duty have turned into veterans, and there the numbers are not very promising. Estimates show that 1 out of every 5 people who kill themselves in America is a military veteran. That's about 8,000 people every year. More tomorrow, my dear friends. This is Larry Henares, making your day, saying good day, God bless you. Thank you very much for being with us. Till next time, hasta la bye-bye.